Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Roberta and I would like to thank all our friends, family, and guests for participating in this year's Crystal Ball benefiting the Diabetes Research Institute. There are several people being honored tonight, and we'd like to recognize and thank them. Congratulations to Alan Pashkow on his well-deserved Gillen Family Humanitarian Award. Thank you, Alan, for all the work you do for the DRI. We also want to congratulate Frank Pusinelli for his Distinguished Service Award. Thanks, Frank, for your important support of the great work being done at the Institute.
This year, we have renamed the Crystal Ball honoree the Rowland and Sylvia Schaefer honoree to pay tribute to my mother and father, who both passed away last year, only 2 days apart. Their support and involvement with the DRI dates back several decades to when our daughter Dara was diagnosed with diabetes at 7 years old. My father made her a promise that he would find a place that could cure her. He searched for a research group that was working on finding a cure for diabetes and found it right in his backyard at the Diabetes Research Institute in Miami. At the time, the DRI was struggling to survive, and he made a large donation to keep it going. He believed in the vision and the research that Dr. Mintz was doing to cure diabetes.
After years of supporting his research and developing a close relationship, Dr. Mintz confided in my father-in-law about a brilliant Italian researcher that could continue his work in finding a cure, Dr. Camillo Ricordi. Dr. Ricordi has not only continued that vision as director of the DRI, but he is respected throughout the world as a brilliant leader and pioneer in the field of diabetes research. He serves as the Stacy Joy Goodman Professor of Surgery and Chief of the Division of Cell Transplantation at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine. Throughout his career, Dr. Ricordi has been a champion of translational research, ensuring that promising findings in the lab can be translated to patients in the fastest, safest, and most efficient way possible.
That dedication can be seen in everything he does. In fact, Dr. Ricordi was recently appointed president of the prestigious Remed Foundation in Italy and is donating his entire honorarium to the DRI Foundation to help advance the DRI's research. His many achievements, awards, and accolades are far too many to mention here. Perhaps what matters most is that he has applied his brilliance and passion to curing the disease for our daughter Dara and everyone living with diabetes.
At this time, my wife Roberta and I, on behalf of our entire family and the Crystal Ball Committee, would like to present the first Rowland and Sylvia Schaefer Honoree Award to Dr. Camillo Ricordi.
Thank you, Roberta and Bruce, for this distinguished award. And thank you all here tonight. I'm really sorry that I'm not able to attend the Crystal Ball this evening because of my daughters being married in Miami, so I couldn't miss the opportunity to walk her through the aisle. But I'm deeply touched and honored to serve as the inaugural Rowland and Sylvia Schaefer Crystal Ball honoree, especially because it pays tribute to Roberta's parents, two of our most generous donors who had a profound impact on our ability to advance our research. Rowland and Sylvia were committed to finding a cure for their granddaughter, Dara, and became involved with the DRI when she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 1989. When I first arrived at the DRI in 1993, Rowland was a member of the Foundation National Board of Directors, and I soon came to know both him and Sylvia as unique humanitarians, friends, and visionaries. Their gift to the DRI and countless other organizations were never made for recognition, but rather with the hope that they will produce some good and make the world a better place. I personally am deeply grateful to them because their first gift came at a very critical time in the history of the DRI. When I first arrived at the DRI, there was no funding for research. NIH priorities shifted to prevention, type 2 diabetes research, and obesity. And I was really pushed by the leadership then of the University of Miami. The dean and provost had a meeting, I remember, with the board of the foundation, saying how in the absence of funding for curing type 1 diabetes, we should shift our focus and strategic mission to type 2 diabetes, where a large amount of funding were available through the National Institutes of Health. And Rowland and Sylvia's gift allow us to stay focused, was critically important because allow us to remain completely focused on the mission that characterizes and still characterizes our strategic plan today. Rowland and Sylvia supported our work in islet cell transplantation with several million-dollar gifts, which played a pivotal role in advancing that work to clinical trials, allowing patients to live without the need of insulin injection. As a result of those studies, we are now building upon that research by developing the DRI BioHub to restore natural insulin production in millions of children and adults with diabetes. I know I speak for the entire team at the DRI in saying how proud we are to conduct this kind of research in the very building that bears Rowland and Sylvia's name. We will be forever grateful for their generosity and philanthropic legacy, which continues to be so evident through the involvement of Roberta and Bruce. Together, they demonstrate time and again the Schaefers' value for their family and their community. Thank you again, Roberta and Bruce, for this wonderful honor, and I want to thank everyone here tonight for supporting our effort to discover a biological cure for diabetes. Enjoy your evening.